When COVID first became a newsworthy item, of course, I never expected we'd be impacted. I mean, Hawaii's been impacted by SARS and other diseases, but I thought, okay, this will be something they'll be able to take care of, in China or in the mainland U.S., and they'll get it all taken care of before it affects Hawaii.
Just one of those things. I never really thought it was going to last as long as it did.
The Polynesian Cultural Center, the longest it had ever been closed was 3 days. From 1963 all the way up to 2019, just 3 days was the longest the center had ever been closed. And now we were looking at being closed indefinitely. It was just devastating.
And then when we started talking about the possibility of shutting PCC down, I thought, oh, this will be a few weeks, maybe 2 months at most. And so it really didn't worry us. Okay, it'll be a nice break from work and more time with the family. And then when it started getting longer and longer and longer, then the worry started to sink in. Like, how long is this going to last? How are we going to survive? What do we do with our employees? What's going to happen? How are they going to take care of themselves? And so all those worries, it was scary.
When it started around 2019, I just became a new manager. It was my first manager position. Unemployment, I've never experienced it, and I knew that many of the employees that we had have never experienced it. I needed them to trust me. I needed to feel like I could do this.
It was tough. It was tough having to sit with someone and say, I'm so sorry, but yeah. Yes, and especially for those who were not furloughed or were let go, because we couldn't afford to keep them on. Because when you take the package, that means you're done.
That was a very painful process to go through, because this is a pretty tight company, and in my case, I've known many of the employees. In fact, nearly all of the employees for years, and many of them I went to school with them. We grew up in this community pretty much. Went to BYU Hawaii, graduated, worked at the PCC. We live in a town where we not only work together, we go to church together. We see each other at the stores. Our children are friends. It's just that kind of community that you never just take off the PCC hat. You're always wearing multiple hats as you live in this community. And so we had to position ourselves so that we could go home at the end of the day and be okay with what had happened.
When I was told to take furlough, it's kind of hard. I don't know how long it's going to take to be on furlough. Am I going to call back to come to work, because this is uncertain? I don't know. I was kind of scared to death. I really don't know what to do.
In my home, my husband was on furlough, and I chose to retire. A big step in my life to leave something and people that I love. There was a strategy for the whole world, but it brought PCC together with the MBA, HR, President Grace, his administration were all involved in helping us to adapt, to adjust to the new way of doing things.
Those of us in upper management, we all became mentors. We got trained first on how to file for unemployment. We did not want to just send our employees out to do this on their own. Each of us were assigned so many employees, that's who we mentored. And then we set up times where they came in to, we turned one of our training rooms into a conference room with multiple computer terminals. And we had several mentors in there, and the employees would sign up for a time. They would come in and we would hold their hand and walk them through the unemployment process, get them all the way through. I think that was key. That was key in the employees knowing that they weren't abandoned, that we were taking care of them, and it also increased their loyalty to PCC to know that we really did care about them.
I don't see any other place that, that works like PCC. Like I said, it's a family-oriented kind of thing. We work together, we cry together, we share thoughts and everything.
Tsaka yung mga leader, ang bilib ako. Talagang kahit na nangyayari ng ganyan, hindi pinapakita na may strong, malakas, na okay, ganito. Ina-advisean yung mga empleyado na ganito.
So the celebration for those that were either retiring or had decided to transition for one reason or another was an emotional and powerful one. Those that were still here at the time had decided to do a celebration. Delsa and the rest of the President's Council felt it was important. And you'll be able to see that that entire effort was done with so much love and understanding that they were going into a world that was unknown. And it was done with a lot of love.
Even though this was supposed to be a challenging time, a hard time, the Polynesian Culture Center and its leaders made it a learning experience. And what stood up the most, which I treasure, is the caring. It made me realize how special and unique this place is.
That's one thing I want people to learn, is that we truly are a family. And like any family, we are imperfect. PCC has never proclaimed to be perfect, but we are family.
I am so grateful for every single member of this family. And I truly believe every organization has that ability to remember that they have the power through remembering that if they do it with love and aloha, that everything will work out.